Is this thing legit or just another gimmick? Let's find out. What's up guys? Welcome back to Will's Right Here channel. Today we'll be talking about this cool little gadget that I've been using for the past year. And honestly, this is one of the most impressive things I have used. However, this thing is called a turbo fan. And if you go on Amazon and type in turbo fan, you get a bunch of results. And all of them have these very extravagant claims of their RPMs or their CFMs. And honestly, it's a bunch of bullshit. A year ago, when I was shopping for one of these turbo fans, this was it. It was the strongest turbo fans that you can find on the market, and one of the only ones as well.
Super powered turbo fan from Temu.
Because all the ones that you see on Amazon are basically copycats of this original one. And this one doesn't have any flashy designs. It's just this plain, very simple handheld fan that only has 2 buttons on it. After this made its wave on the internet, a bunch of Chinese companies start copying this design. And honestly, their copies are not even better than this. Recently, there's been a lot of different comparison videos on these turbo fans because these are getting quite popular. And it reveals how just so many of them have false claims and they don't work as well. And it's just a flea market of all these no-name brands making these extravagant claims and impossible claims on Amazon. So today, I'm gonna show you guys how well this actually works and 2 other brands that are actually better than this. So before we talk about the 2 other brands, I wanna talk about why this is useful. So this is a handheld battery-powered blower. And you click the button, it shoots out air. So a lot of times at home, people will use canned air to clean things out, such as your computer or your motherboard, or even air vents or whatever. Those things run out of air pretty quickly, and it's just not economical. And of course, in this channel, I've been using this in my detailing process as well. I will use this to blow out water from little cracks and nooks and crannies. And right now, it's snowing outside. So I can even use this to blow off snow that's on my car. And I don't need to risk scratching my paint when I'm pushing off snow. Just this little thing can blow the light dustings off and clean my car super quickly and safely as well. And there's just so many different use cases that you can use a little tool like this to blow really strong air for whatever reason you need. And that's why I love this little tool so much, because there's just so many different use cases that I can use this for, whether it's indoors or outdoors. So with that, let's check out how strong this actually is. This is its own box. And right now I'm gonna turn this on. You can see down here it's not even fully charged. Power at 3. And I just hold this down. This thing is super strong. And let's look at my skin, okay? This is actually my real hand. You can see my skin here. I'm gonna point this on my own skin. You can see my skin is indenting in. That kind of shows you this thing is not for jokes. This is strong. It actually has pressure, and when I hold down the button, I actually feel a little kickback because of how strong the air is coming out here. So we get it. This thing is strong, it's got power, and it's cheap. It's only $36 on Amazon right now. And you might say, I watched those YouTube comparison videos and this Wolfbox one came out top. Well, you might be right. So this is a Wolfbox air duster. This is on Amazon right now for $90 with your 15% off coupon. So after that, it will be around $76. So around double the price of this original turbo fan. Now you might be noticing that these 2 are awfully similar. They're almost in the same profile and the same form factor. And even the grip, the width of it is the same. So if I put them next to each other like this, they have the same exact width. And they even have the same logo in the center here. Now that might not matter because what really matters is how do they perform. So I'm gonna turn these 2 on right now. You notice how this stops immediately? So that to me is already a big upgrade. Ah, great. Now, besides the braking feature, you can also hear that this is slightly stronger. Alright, maybe it's not so audible, but I can feel it in my hand. But anyway, to get a more objective way to measure how strong they are, I got a little digital scale here. I'm going to show you guys in numbers how they compare to each other. So I got a scale here, and this is in grams, just so we're being as precise as possible. So here's the turbofan, and I made sure to have it fully charged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a wooden block here. So this way, it makes sure that my hand is at the same place. So there's the same distance. So let's see what this original turbofan gets on here. About 140. Now let's look at the Wolfbox. Again, fully charged. I'm gonna rest my hand in the same place. A 180. So this is definitely an improvement. So there you go. This Wolfbox one is definitively better than this original turbofan. And not only do the numbers prove it, I can feel it in my hand as well. If I turn both of these on, I can feel more kickback on this hand. It is a noticeable improvement for this one, but double the price. Well, another thing that bothers me with this original design is that this tip is a magnetic design. And I'm not sure why it needs to be magnetic. It's cool, I like things magnetic, but the thing is, whenever I have this in a bag or anything, this always falls off. And if I bump this into something, it falls off. So I have to constantly put it back and line them up because there are all these dots that you have to line it up. You can't just put it on and it will just snap in. You have to kind of line it and hear that click, then it's in. Even though it falls off a lot, don't worry, this won't fall off when you turn this on. It's just whenever you bump into something, it will fall off. Now the Wolfbox one does solve this issue by having this tip removable by twisting. Oh, oops. So it's kind of like a quick connect. So you just line up the notch and then twist it in to click it in. So that becomes a much sturdier design. This thing will not fall off by just bumping. So it solves that annoyance. Now, another visual upgrade is this thing is painted. Now, it might look like it's metal. It's not. It's still fully plastic. Everywhere you can see and feel, it's got rubber here, but everywhere else, it's just plastic. But at least it's painted. It's not like the original one. It's just completely unpainted plastic, and it's got some rubberized material in the back and the front. And both of these are USB rechargeable. And speaking of charging, since both of these models are in the same size and the same form factor, they actually have the same size battery as well. So just the two cells in there. This is a 3000 milliamp battery in there. So they have about the same runtime. Of course, this one is a little bit thirstier, so it won't last you as long if you keep it on high. Let's say if I'm starting a fire with this, I put it on 1 and just turn it on like this, which I've done actually. And at $90 before discount, it does come with all these different tips that I honestly find them not so useful, because with a nozzle this small, let's take a look. If you put it on, you would think that, man, that flow is gonna be so strong. Not really, because if you turn it on and you listen to this, this is so loud and actually weaker than what this nozzle would be, because this allows more airflow, so that pressure is a lot stronger than this. But if you're targeting a small section, I guess this can be useful. But generally, I don't really find these nozzles to be that important. And it even comes with this little flat duck mouth attachment. But still, I would just put on this original one to get the maximum airflow, and you actually get the most power out of this. So sure, the Wolfbox one feels fantastic. It has great quality and it performs well. It's got insane power. And also in all the YouTube comparison videos, all these YouTubers say this is the best. Well, I beg to differ, because on Amazon, I found an even better one. This is the X7 mini blower from Casano. Now, what's so special about this one is this is completely metal. So it's fully metallic construction. This thing is slightly heavier and a little bulkier than these two. So you can see the size comparison. This has got that even bigger motor in there. So the strength of it is even more insane. So I'm gonna have my hand rest here at the same exact spot. That is super impressive at 260. This is almost double the original turbofan. So with that insane power and this full metal construction, this definitely feels a lot better quality. But of course, that also comes with a higher price tag. So this is $126 on Amazon right now with a $30 coupon. So that would bring you just under $100 at about $96. So about $20 more. You got a lot more power and a full metal construction and also a brake as well. Even though this still has a stronger brake, you can hear how instantly that stops. Which is really cool from this one, honestly, I'll admit that. But this has super strong power, and you can see from all the clips I have, I use this to blow off all the stuck on dust on my fan, and it works super well. So the thing about this Casano turbofan is that it is heavier, and that's because how beefed up it is. And due to the fully metal construction and the super strong motor in there, and also it's got the bigger battery packs in here, which is the 7,500 milliamp batteries. So it is larger than the other two. So that kind of explains why this is so much more powerful and also its price point. And of course at that price, it also comes with these different heads. And of course it has this small sharp nozzle that I don't really care for. What I really like is actually this brush head. And how you put it on, it's just like a bottle cap. You screw it on, just like that, very simple. And you can see in the video, after I blew off all the dust that's stuck on my fan, I actually went back with this little brush head to mechanically brush all the surfaces to make sure all the dust is gone. And this head just allows me to brush it and blow it at the same time. So that's what I really love about this attachment. Here's also another video of me using this to blow off all the snow on my car. And the power on this thing allows me to just very effortlessly blow off all the snow. I don't even need to touch the car. Of course, I have to be careful to not let snow into the intake because that will make the internals wet. So you just gotta watch out for that. But still, this makes cleaning off snow so much easier. I don't have to grab a brush or a foam stick to push out that snow. All I need is just this. So that's what I really love about this particular blower. And it's just the quality on this is so much better than the other two. So honestly, if you are looking for that ultimate power and that quality, this is honestly the way to go. So what really compelled me to make this video is because from all these comparison videos of these blowers, this Wolfbox one always comes out on top. And no one has really found a stronger fan than this one. And here I got this fully metal handheld fan, just like these two, but with so much more power. And this thing, in my opinion, is just a better bang for your buck compared to these two. This one's already expensive, this one's cheap. So I would definitely say this is the value option. And this one is definitely the quality, the top-notch option. You get a full metal construction and a great build quality. And it's got the strongest motor that's going to blow all the competitors away. No pun intended. But seriously, I've not found a handheld blower like this that fits in your pocket that is this strong. This is insane. So after seeing all those comparison videos, I was like, you're taking this comparing to all the trash on Amazon? What about this one? This, in my opinion, blows this Wolfbox one out of the water. Again, no pun intended. So there you guys go. These things are for sure not a gimmick. These are legit. The first time you hold it in your hand and turn it on, you're gonna be surprised how much power they pack, even if it's this original one. Now, if you want the value and just that real turbofan performance, I highly recommend this original one. This is on Amazon for $36. And it's not easy to find it by typing in turbofan or super power turbofan on Amazon. You're not gonna get this specific one. So I'll have it linked in the description below. And this, I can assure you, is a quality product because I even have 2 of them. And they work great, and they've been lasting very well. They charge fast, and they have that real power. Not like those Amazon flea market random brands that copy these. And these are the original after all. I highly recommend this if you want that value proposition. Now this fully metal one is what I think if you care about that construction, you care about that aesthetic, and you care about that quality, I think this you're definitely gonna be the most happy with because it for sure has more power. Not that in the year that I've been using this original one, I ever wanted more power, but this, when I first opened it and used it, I was super surprised because I did not think anything can be more powerful than this in such a small profile and sleek design. So if you're looking for that ultimate power and quality, I'd say just go for this one because under $100, I think this is a good deal. And if you're gonna spend that much, I definitely would not recommend getting this instead because this is at most $20 cheaper than this fully metal one. And it doesn't feel as good in your hand. The build quality doesn't compare to this fully metal one. However, it is a very sleek design and it is slightly smaller and a little lighter as well. But that's about the only thing that this has as an advantage. But this one just beats out the Wolfbox model almost completely. So highly recommend this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this kind of shines a light on where the turbofan market is kind of at and how to avoid all the noise and all the flea market brands that is on Amazon. And from all the research and testing I've done, I would say these 2 are going to be the 2 that's gonna worth your money the most. So from all the research and testing I've done, these 2 are going to be most worth your money, in my opinion. So I highly recommend these 2. I'll have them linked in the description. But if you do like the Wolfbox one, I also have that linked in the description. Although I don't recommend it as much as these 2, since I'm more inclined to say go big or go home. So I don't like to go halfway there, knowing what's really the best out there with only $20 apart. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. And let me know if you own one of these turbofans and what your experience has been. And what do you use these most on? For me, it's car detailing, blowing out water from crevices. So I'd love to hear that from you guys. So thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.